All right, what's going on, guys? Back with another video. We're gonna be going out looking for some squirrels. Also just kind of walking around, seeing what else we can get into. Let's get to it and see what we can get on. Looks like we got some decent sized coyote tracks right here. Back that way. It'd be a good spot to start trapping them, maybe, if they're, depending on how much we're using this trail or something. I do want to get into some trapping, but I got to study up on some of that for, never really tried it. We did see a lot of doe tracks walking in here. It's too bad late doe season just ended. This is actually the same woods my old hunting spot is, so we're gonna go back there because if you guys watched any of those videos, you'll know there was a bunch of squirrels back there when I was sitting back there. I also want to try and get on some rabbits. I don't know, for some reason I have not seen rabbits in a long time. This is another spot that I was sitting towards the end of the season. I think I was sitting here in my last video of hunting that I did hunting. I was out in that field with the pop-up line, and there's a lot of tracks coming out of there. Let's get over to the spot. We got some mountains to climb. So I forgot my gloves. I literally had them sitting on my seat in my truck too, and I just totally forgot them. My hands on this gun, holding this gun, it is super cold, but we'll be all right for now. So right here is actually one rabbit track. I don't really see where else it goes. It jumped over here. It went up through here. Maybe we'll take a walk through here and kind of come out the other side where we plan on going. It's really hard to actually find tracks and be able to track them to all the way where they're at. You could track something for days on end just going off their tracks, so it's really never a good idea to go off trail and, you know, kind of try and find stuff like that. But I know where I'm going in these woods, and I'm not going to follow them for too long. No sign of any rabbit or nothing. We pretty much lost his tracks as soon as we went in there, but there was a lot of deer tracks in there. Still wish it was doe season. I'd say we can try and kick some up and put them down or something, but can't. All right, here is the water. This is all usually like a big flooded pondish area. It's not an actual pond, it's more of a flooded area that looks like a pond, but these deer have been walking across it, so I'm kind of curious if it's thick enough to walk on. I actually fell through this once, but that was a long time ago. We're gonna just check it out. I'd imagine I'm no heavier than some of the deer around here. Oh yeah, this is definitely thick. We could walk across this to get to where we're going faster, but just since the snow's covering it and I can't see much, we'll just stick to our trail. I think today it's around like 15 degrees, feels like 5, which it definitely does because my hands are feeling it all. All right, we got some more rabbit tracks coming through here. So once again, I'll probably just loop up through here, back into the trail, see if we can't spook them up. So I guess what I'm hoping for when I'm following these tracks a little bit is to come up on maybe a brush pile and the tracks cut off, because a lot of the times you'll be jumping them off brush piles, out of brush piles and stuff. I think we're gonna forget about him and keep heading back. A lot of these rabbit tracks are being followed by coyotes. Here's some coyote tracks right here coming up through there, which leads right into these rabbit tracks, and then they also keep going the other way. So I wonder if a lot of these rabbits are being chased by coyotes. It's definitely what it looks like. So maybe he wasn't just mindlessly wandering, maybe he was actually running for his life. All right, we just spooked up a doe. Too bad we couldn't shoot her. That would have been perfect. She went right down over this hill, so she's tucked in there down in that ravine a little bit. But see, this is like perfect weather to do stalks in, like, or spook stuff up, because the snow is so quiet. It's not that crunchy snow, it's that really fluffy snow. You can't hear nothing when you're walking.
What?
Good?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me that stuff. All right, here's where it gets really hard, because we got this big icy hill to go down, so we're gonna try and get down here with twisting too much ankle here. I promise I'll never do that again. I don't know what the hell that was. Alright, that's where we just come down from. It's a lot steeper than it looks. I'm sure the camera don't do much good. Alright, I really have my doubts about crossing this. It's not really too deep, so I ain't gotta worry about that. But for one, I ain't got the right boots on. I'll drop down in here and just see how bad it is. But there should be another way around if this ain't good enough. Yeah, it's definitely not frozen. All right, I don't suggest ever trying that unless you know how deep or shallow the river is going to be. This is just a little stream that I've crossed for a long time, so I know how deep it is. I think normally it would only go up to maybe like halfway on my boots or something, but I knew I'd probably be able to step out of it before my feet actually soaked into it and got wet enough to not be able to feel my feet and have some issues going. But yeah, don't ever do that unless you know how deep it is and you know you can get across it safely. Here's our next trouble. That's not right. Here's our next opponent. We got a little bit of a hill to get up and it's gonna be slippery. Normally I could do this no problem. I just don't like slipping and falling with the gun, especially when I got other people with me. So it's kind of why I'm trying to be extra cautious, and most of the steps I take here. This is pretty slick. I don't know. Here I go. This ain't gonna work. Alright, we made it. You really gotta find stuff to grab onto to get up here. Alright. Well, someone can't get up the hill. So we gotta find a different route here. Alright, that took a lot longer than I wanted it to, but now we got one more small hill. Nothing like that behind you. Alright, so we're on the path that I used to take to my old spot. They're turning this here right into a trail. You can kind of see where it's just padded right down. I think we got like an hour and a half before it gets dark, and before shooting time ends. So this is gonna be a tough walk. This is all slanted, most of it. We got a decent little buck track here. Going this way somewhere, but you can tell it's a buck because of them two things in the back there. So I haven't even really seen too many signs of squirrel. I've seen a few tracks here and there, but nothing that would give me a for sure that they're hanging out in that area. We made it. This is the same exact tree that I sat in before and seen a bunch of squirrels around me, so I think we're gonna hang out in here for just a little bit and see if we don't see anything start jumping around through here. Alright, I do see a nest straight above me here, and normally if I had a 22 or something, I'd shoot the very edge of it just to kind of spook them out of there, but since I got this and I got birdshot in it, there's no way we're just going to hit the very edge of it, so it's not a good idea to shoot at it, because if you kill the squirrel then it's up there and there's no way you can get to it. So I guess we'll sit here and wait a little bit. It does look fresh. It don't look too old or nothing, so we'll kind of hang out in this little area for a while and see if he ends up coming down. Alright, we've been at this one for a while, and it ain't looking like anything's gonna come up out of there. Hopefully we'll see something on the way back. Normally I don't see too much in here, but of course this is where I've seen the most squirrel activity in this whole entire woods. And then all of a sudden when I actually come out here to hunt them, there's nothing around. Instead of trying to stay on the side of this hill, because we kind of got to go straight up and around, and you're basically on a slant the whole time. So I think we're going to try and stick right in here. So we're going to get down here. That way we have a little bit flatter spots to walk. Just did a few flips, and some cartwheel and back injuries, and some knee injuries. I said I'm fine. So, this is the hill we would have been walking on the side of. You know, I come down here so we didn't slip and fall. But then on the way down here, I break my knee, my back's twisted, my knees messed up. So, I just fell again, face first, about 8, just lobs. Looks like I'm not the only one falling. There's something up here on the side right there. It looks like a deer. Probably skid right down here. He probably tumbled just like I did. I wonder if his knee's broken. I'll tell you what, when you're walking through them branches and you get smacked in the face when it's really cold like this, makes you want to de-root every single tree in this woods. All right, we made it back to where we crossed. If you do come across ice like this and you know it's shallow enough to cross, you don't really got to worry about falling through and going in deep or nothing. Always cross back over in the same spot you did before, because you know for sure you're good. If you try to walk down further and cross somewhere else, you never know if it's going to be deeper You know, you never know if it's gonna be worse or not. So yeah, always cross in the same spot you crossed over to begin with. Especially with as far out as I am, it's gonna be really hard to get back to that truck when your body temperature is dropping so fast, and hypothermia could kick in anytime. We stopped into where this field is. I just wanted to check it out real quick, make sure there's nothing hiding out here, no squirrels or anything. That's gonna do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. My face is really numb, so it's really hard to talk. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell icon so you don't miss a single video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.